Hi guys, it's Dr. Selene with BU Medical. I want to talk to you about our new modality that we just brought into clinic, the plasma pen. I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why I brought it into clinic. You'll see lots of things online and you'll see mixed results online. So it was one of those things that I was initially hesitant, but let me walk you through my story about why I brought it in. So the areas that we want to focus on are around the eyes. We have multiple modalities with multiple lasers in clinic that treat lots of different areas. They go up to $100,000 to $250,000 machines. But the one thing I noticed was that around the eyes, it's a really challenging area to get to. Not only because some of the probes of the lasers are bigger and have a bigger headpiece, but it's hard to get straight under the eyes. And I noticed that it was a big issue for people with crepeyness. And no matter what we do, even with Botox and fillers, you can only go so close to the eyelash line. And it's the same with our lasers that we have in clinic. So it was an area of need that I found, and for me especially, being a big eye smiler, and I can tell you from my personal experience, I don't like a lot of Botox around my eyes. I smile a lot with my eyes, and so when I put a ton of Botox in there, it changes my smile. And so for me, I will use Botox around the eyes just to kind of prevent any deepening of the lines, but in this area, for me personally, to take away my little jelly roll that I naturally have totally changed my look. And I wanted to smile with my eyes, and I was okay with it. I don't love wrinkles, so I wasn't excited about it, but I'd rather have my smile than to not have any wrinkles at all. So that brought me to the plasma pen and finding a modality that I could get into that area that was really, really tricky, really hard to treat. I gotta tell you, even topical skin creams haven't done a whole lot for my eye area. And of course, I do use filler in the tear trough area, but you can only get so close to that lower lash line again. And if you've looked in the mirror, you often have a little line that goes across, another little line that goes across. And not only that, but the skin starts to get crepey. If you remember, I've mentioned this in other videos, that area under the skin is incredibly sensitive. So it's probably the most sensitive skin that we have, and yet it's under a lot of tension pressure, whether it's from rubbing your eyes from allergies, it's from rubbing your mascara that bleeds off and doing a quick thing like that. We're not the most gentle with our eyes, or even doing eyelash extensions, putting lattice. We're constantly messing around with our eyes. And so this is a high area that gets a lot of use, a lot of abuse, and so it results in crepiness, and also people who don't wear sunglasses or squint in the sun, things like that. Just over time, we get crepey in that area, and it's a really hard area to treat. Again, we have lots of modalities in clinic that I wanted to bring on for other parts of the face that were fantastic for that, but I really wanted to target areas that were difficult to treat, and that's why we brought on the plasma pen. So you'll see online, a lot of people use it for different areas, anywhere from acne scarring to stretch marks to crepey under eyes. In our clinic, we mostly focus it on hard to reach areas because we have lasers that can do other areas a little bit better or just as good. So what is plasma pen? It's a low frequency energy that gets delivered and interacts with the gases that are on our skin. When you see a close-up of it, you'll see that the plasma pen doesn't even touch the skin, but arcs as it connects with the gases on the skin, causing a little micro injury to the area. You'll see a little scab that results because of it. It's almost like a brownish tinge to it. And that is the little injured skin, and right next to it will leave intact skin next to it, and then another injured skin. So what you'll see online or with results of this is right after people have this, they have little brown dots kind of in the area of interest. So often around the eyes or little etch marks around the mouth, like for smoker's lines, also a great thing because those require multiple treatments as well. It's a minimal downtime in the sense that you walk around with these little brown dots. It looks like a henna tattoo. One of our nurses went out to Whole Foods and somebody commented on how beautiful her henna tattoo was on her face. So it was cute. It does have its own look to it. I still go out even when I do it, even though I was pretty aggressive with my treatment. It's very low injury profile, so the risks are low. You can get some redness, and I still have some residual little redness because, of course, being my usual self, I went a little buck wild and went nuts. It's only appropriate for certain skin types, which are the lighter skin types. We don't want to pigment people or increase the pigment in the area unless you want to. So if somebody has darker skin and has stretch marks that has lost color to it, we can go in and it will actually pigment the skin and make it look a little bit more uniform. The way we do the treatment is we numb you up 30 minutes to an hour before your treatment in the area of interest. This makes it so it's not very painful when you come in for the procedure. If need be, you can put a little bit more numbing when you come into clinic, but we ask that you come in beforehand to pick up the numbing cream, get it placed on the area of interest, and then when you come in, we will clean that off. It's about a 15 to 20 minute procedure. It's not very long. It depends on how many areas you're treating and where you're treating. If there's one little spot that you want in addition to the eyes, feel free to mention it to your practitioner. It's not very painful if you're well numbed up. That is the key. We want you to be really numbed up, and the downtime is not bad. Other than the little brown marks that you have, there's not a significant amount of swelling. When we compare it to our lasers that are very heat-based energy, there is a significant amount of swelling, and when I CO2 somebody's eyes, I'll say, the next morning you're probably gonna wake up really swollen, if not almost swollen shut. That's not the case with our plasma pen. This one is no heat energy going in, and so the swelling profile is much lower. It really is just those little wound marks that you'll see. You don't want to mess with those. Those are going to stick around for 5 to 10 days, depending on your body for the most part. It's not a big deal to me, and I even did a huge Zoom conference with those on my eyes and got some interest from people around me. Is it going to totally eliminate everything? No. Is it a modality that we have that is an option for eliminating crepiness and eliminating some lines and rebuilding collagen and elastin? Yes. Again, this is reliant on the practitioner who's doing it, making sure they're skilled, that they have training, that they have experience, as well as your own body rebuilding collagen, elastin, and your response, and of course, how aggressive it needed to be for you. And this might be done in a series, it might be done on the regular. Remember, we always want to build this up over time. And if you get some results, even just from one treatment, then keeping it up is theoretically going to only help improve that area, especially on these tricky areas that we have on our faces. We can see results as soon as after the little wound scabs fall off, and then up to months afterwards. Remember, this takes time for your body to rebuild collagen, rebuild elastin. We're sloughing off some of that dead stuff. You can repeat it if you see results, and it's a beautiful treatment for that. So remember, guys, we want you guys to be educated about this stuff. Come in for a consultation to see if you're a good candidate for this or if there's other modalities that might better serve you. Remember, we want you guys to look great so you can feel great, so you can do great things in this life with a huge smile on your face and bright eyes. Take care. Bye-bye.